The day I took down a tyrant at Willow Creek Airport. It was 4:30 a.m., the kind of hour when the world feels like it's holding its breath. The sky outside our suburban Denver home was a deep indigo, streetlights casting faint halos on the frost-covered pavement. My 13-year-old daughter, Emily, sat on the living room rug, her backpack clutched tight, her eyes wide with the kind of wonder only a first flight can spark. We were headed to Boise, Idaho, to surprise my mother for her 70th birthday. Emily had been up all night, too excited to sleep, her homemade anklet a woven cord with a tiny bead that read, "Mom," dangling from her wrist. She called it her good luck charm, said she'd show it to Grandma first, said she wanted it to kiss the stars. I smiled, unaware that in a few hours, someone would try to rip that joy from her, and I'd become a father who'd drag a monster across an airport floor to protect it. Willow Creek Airport was quiet when we arrived, the terminal echoing with the soft hum of early morning travelers. Emily clung to my hand as we approached security, her sneakers squeaking on the polished tile. "Dad, will I see the Rockies from the plane?" she asked, her voice a mix of nerves and awe. "You'll see the whole world, kiddo," I said, ruffling her hair. But as we reached the checkpoint, the air shifted. A woman emerged from behind the scanner, her navy blazer starched to perfection, her auburn hair scraped into a severe ponytail. Her badge, pinned crookedly, read Community Safety Liaison, Meadowview Estates. Not TSA, not police, just a self-important title that screamed trouble. Her name was Linda, and she carried herself like she owned the entire airport. Emily placed her backpack in the gray bin, her fingers brushing the anklet as if to reassure herself. Linda's eyes locked onto her, narrowing. "Stop right there," she barked. Emily froze. "That anklet. It's a security risk. Concealment potential. Take it off now." Emily blinked, her voice small. "It's just string. I made it." Linda stepped closer, her voice icy. "Remove it, or you're not boarding." I stepped forward, keeping my tone calm but firm. "Ma'am, it's a child's anklet. It's not hiding anything." Linda whipped toward me, her eyes flashing. "Are you obstructing a sanctioned safety protocol?" My stomach churned. Sanctioned by whom? This wasn't her cul-de-sac. This was a federal airport. Before I could respond, Linda lunged. Her hand shot out, grabbing Emily's ponytail and yanking hard, as if she were pulling weeds. "Let's see what else you're hiding, little girl," she hissed. Emily screamed, a sound that tore through the terminal like a siren. The world tilted. I wasn't just a dad anymore, I was a force. "Get your hands off my daughter," I roared, surging forward. Linda smirked, her grip tightening. "Non-compliance escalates this to a federal matter." Emily's knees buckled, her hands clutching her scalp. I saw red. I didn't care about her badge or her made-up rules. I cared about the terror in my daughter's eyes. I lunged, wrenching Linda's hand from Emily's hair with a twist that made her shriek. "You want to play officer?" I growled. "Let's see how you like being handled." She stumbled, her badge clattering to the floor. I shoved her against the conveyor belt, the metal rattling under her weight. Her radio hit the ground as she fumbled for it, gasping, "Code breach, Terminal C." I kicked it away. "No backups coming, Linda. Just me." For the first time, her eyes widened with fear. Passengers pulled out their phones, recording. TSA agents hesitated, unsure whether to step in. "You'll be arrested." Linda spat, clutching her wrist. "Sue me," I shot back. "Tell the judge why you assaulted a kid over a string anklet." Emily stood trembling, tears streaming down her face. I glanced at her, my heart breaking, and knew this wasn't over. Linda thought she could wield her suburban power trip in my world. She was about to learn what happens when you cross a father's line. I grabbed a luggage strap from a nearby cart, looping it around her waist before she could react. "What are you doing?" she screeched. "Taking you for a walk," I said, pulling just enough to send her sprawling face first into the scanner's edge. The thud of her cheek against metal echoed, grimly satisfying. I dragged her across the tile, past gaping travelers, past cameras catching every second. "Help me," she wailed. No one moved. I leaned close. "You touched my child. You're lucky this strap's around your waist and not your neck." A TSA agent finally approached, looking barely old enough to shave. "Sir, what's happening?" I pointed at Linda, now a sobbing mess. "She attacked my daughter over an anklet and flashed a fake badge. Check the footage." Linda tried to sit up, her blazer torn, one heel missing. "I'm a licensed liaison," she gasped. I snorted. "Licensed by a homeowner's board. not the government. The agent picked up her badge, frowning. Meadowview Estates? This isn't federal. Linda's face crumpled. I turned to Emily, kneeling. You okay? She nodded, rubbing her scalp, her anklet still intact. I stood, glaring at Linda. You're done. Airport police arrived minutes later, 2 officers with no-nonsense expressions. The older one, a grizzled man named Officer Hayes, surveyed the scene. Linda slumped on the floor, I standing protectively over Emily, and a crowd of passengers still filming. Explain, he said. I didn't hesitate. This woman grabbed my daughter's hair, accused her of smuggling, and flashed a fake badge. She's no officer. Hayes examined the badge, his lip curling. Community liaison? This is HOA nonsense. Linda stammered. Meadowview authorized me for civilian oversight. The younger officer scoffed. Sounds like a book club with a laminator. The crowd laughed, tension breaking. Hayes crouched beside Linda. Ma'am, hands where I can see them. She shrieked. This is corruption. I cut in. No, this is you assaulting a minor in a secure zone. Hayes nodded. Sir, do you want to press charges? I didn't blink. Assault, impersonation, endangering a child. I want her banned from this airport and anywhere near kids. They cuffed her, her protests fading as they led her away. Her badge landed in a trash can, where it belonged. We made our flight. Emily sat by the window, her backpack in her lap, her anklet catching the sunlight as we climbed through the clouds. Look, Dad, she whispered, holding up her wrist. It's kissing the stars. My chest tightened. It sure is, kiddo. She leaned against me, her voice soft. She hated me, didn't she? I clenched my jaw. She hated your light, your spirit. Everything she'll never have. Emily nodded, then smiled faintly. Thanks for fighting for me. I squeezed her hand. No words needed. Weeks later, the video went viral, 12 million views and counting. I didn't post it. A bystander did. It showed everything. Linda yanking Emily's hair, me dragging her across the floor, her fake badge hitting the trash. The internet dubbed her HOA Hitler, and the comments burned with outrage and cheers. The truth came out fast. Linda's civilian oversight was a sham. Forged her badge, printed her manuals, and convinced her HOA board to back her delusions. The airport pressed charges. So did I. The judge sentenced her to 250 hours of community service, scrubbing the very terminal she'd terrorized, mop in hand, under the eyes of travelers who knew her story. On a layover a month later, Emily spotted her. Dad, it's her. Linda was on her knees, orange vest sagging, pushing a mop across the same tiles. Her hair caught in the mop once. She flinched. I walked up, Emily beside me. Linda froze, not meeting my eyes. You again, she muttered. Yeah, I said. And her. Remember the girl you tried to break? Emily held up her anklet, repaired but proud. Linda looked away, defeated. I leaned in. That floor you're scrubbing? It's cleaner than your conscience will ever be. We walked away, Emily whispering. Did she learn anything? I didn't look back. Doesn't matter. Justice did its job. Linda wasn't just a one-off. She was a symptom, small person drunk on smaller power, the kind who thrives on control and crumbles when challenged. But that day, I didn't fight for revenge. I fought for Emily, for her right to be a kid, to wear her anklet, to dream of the stars. And I'd do it again. This isn't just about an anklet or an airport. It's about standing up when someone tries to dim a child's light. It's about saying enough to bullies who hide behind badges, real or fake. So, I'm asking you, have you ever faced someone abusing their power? What would you do if it were your kid? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about justice, about when it's right to fight back, and when violence crosses the line. Share your